Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to part 4 of the $500 SRT-4 update. Let's have a chat, shall we? Now, it's been, I want to say, almost a month since we did the last update, which was the first drive in the SRT-4. We ran into a few problems. We had a sticky brake caliper. We had an oil pressure light issue with the control arm bushings, the blower motor, shift cable. There's lots of little things with this car there was issues with. Due to it being the end of the summer, school starting now, work's been a little bit crazy, family life's been crazy. I apologize for the gap in updates here, as I was trying to do this once a week, but fortunately we were waiting on parts, the control arms, the axles, brakes, all that stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we ordered for this car. And then getting out to the garage was a whole nother issue. As most of you know, if you have families, once you have children, it is pretty much shoot your shot. And if most of the times you get out to the garage are a miss because someone needs you somewhere, whether it's your wife or your kid or whoever it is. We're back out here grinding away. I haven't been able to get too crazy filming things just because my focus has just been getting this car done and off the lift so that we can get it down to the shop and start getting the paint work done. Bumpers have been removed. Those are already down there. Got those stripped already. They're currently in repair. There was a crack at the bottom of the front bumper. So those are being fixed, being stripped, being painted. I refinished the fog lights already. Fog light covers, those are already done. We got to refinish the headlights. We're going to try to save these since they are the 03s and they have the black housing around the outside of them. Don't want to really replace them with aftermarket units that are full chrome unless I absolutely have to. Want to kind of keep the 03 thing original. I'm filming this awkwardly enough at the end of today, so we're going to put this shot in the beginning of the video and then you will see the things that I've already gotten done, which is why I'm covered in grease and sweat trying to bang this thing out, as this is my only day off to get this thing rolling so we can get it down to the shop for paint. So let's jump into it and I'll show you what we did. So, in true mechanic fashion, anytime you get some time to work on your project car, there's always something that comes up with a part that doesn't fit or something, comes broken or wrong. So here we are back on the road, heading out to grab some new brake pads because I ordered an entire Detroit axle slotted and drilled rotor package. It came with pads and rotors, brake cleaner, brake fluid, whatever. But the shims that came with the brake pads are so cheap that they don't even fit on the caliper themselves. They're so flimsy that they're actually contacting the rotor. So I'm just going to buy a brand new set of pads that comes with a set of quality shims. That way I can get these back on the car now and get this thing off the lift, because we got to get this to the shop as soon as possible so we can go in for paint. Nice. Got it. Got shims. Oh yeah, these are even, you can even feel the weight difference with these. Thank God. All right, back to the house. I'm trying to add some extra stuff in here. It's just one thing when you have to run out, especially on the only day you get to do something. So like my schedule is crazy, and I'm trying to start vlogging that stuff so I can show you guys, what it takes to actually work on this stuff. But you know, even last night, yesterday I woke up, you know, did my workout routine. I ended up doing squats and deadlifts and all that stuff. And now, like today, I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning, went out, ended up finding a swing set for my son, had to take it apart, drag it down the street to my mother-in-law's house. My legs are cooked right now, and now I'm sitting here running around getting brake pads and trying to get back to the car, get this car done and off the lift. It just never stops. Did I mention how much I hate changing these? Where the fuck is it? Those bastards. Oh. Come on, you SOB. Got it. This one was already replaced too. There was a receipt in the glove box for a new oil pressure switch. Look at that. It's got some oil inside there. So we're gonna clean it out, a little brake clean, pop a new one in. Let's go. You guys remember what I said in the first video about the oil? It goes into, it drips down into the plug on the oil pressure switch. We'll check this out. Look at this. Look at that, soaked. So we're gonna clean that out and get that clip insert back on there, and then get our sensor back up there in the block. At this point, it's probably safe to say that that sensor was probably good, but you unfortunately have to move a couple things. Drop the power steering cooler down, which I only did halfway because one of the bolts was spinning inside the subframe. So we just kind of tweaked that down. And then I took the charge pipe down, give us a little extra space to get our thick boy glizzy style arms up there. And yeah, so now we're gonna clean out that plug. So like I said, that sensor was probably good. It was loaded with oil in the plug itself, which is usually the common issue. When they have an oil leak, drips down, hits the sensor plug right there and just collects inside that plug. So since we're already in there, we're putting the fresh sensor, clean the plug out, and this baby should be good to go. Now, aside from using a little bit of brake clean to get some of that oil out of there, I'm gonna go over it one last time with this. It's a contact cleaner, quick drying, used for electrical connectors. These are peaks. Blow that out with some air, make sure she's clean. That's it, no more oil pressure light. That shit was just dripping down as I was spraying it. Literally, my skin feels like I poured chemicals all over it. I gotta wash this shit off, it's starting to burn. All right guys, check it out. We've got our new brake calipers in. These are, I think, 2,000 mile original brake calipers, and they still have the original brake lines on them. I had these in storage. They came from a car that was a race car converted to Willwood brakes like right away. So those were just sitting. So we got new calipers, new brake lines, the engine mounts, same engine mounts from the same car. So those got about 2,000 miles on them, stock mounts. We got new control arms, new axles, new sway bar links. Obviously the ball joints and bushings and all that stuff came complete with the control arms. These struts, they feel good, so I didn't replace them. They're original too. Those are, where is it? Look at that. With the Mopar Stage 1 springs. Did new brake rotors, slotted and drilled pads. Come around this side, same thing. Another new caliper, new brake hose, new axle, new control arm, new sway bar end links. So she's pretty fresh. Same thing, rotors, pads. I didn't change these calipers because there wasn't an issue with these, but we did clean up the struts and the springs, just to kind of try and touch it up a little bit. This side too. And then if you remember the bar I pointed out in the last video, or the second video, it was completely rotted underneath. So there was nowhere for the bumper to attach to. So now we got a nice fresh impact bar. The rear body panel on this car is actually clean. You know, there's no actual rot on it or rust. It's just dusty. So those are in, brakes are in, control arms. As you see, bumpers are off. Those are already down at the shop. I got to do the headlights next. I'm gonna attempt to save these because these are original 2003 headlights and they have the black ring on the inside. So instead of swapping them out for an aftermarket pair, that's just, you know, chrome inside, we're gonna try to save those, that way we can keep the original lights. Also got that oil pressure sensor done, so now we're not gonna have that oil light that comes on. You know, again, I think it was due to the oil that was inside the plug that we saw, so that's cleaned out. Cleaned it with electrical connector cleaner, so it's nice and dry. We're gonna get these brakes bled. We're gonna get these brakes bled in the front since we changed calipers, and then get the stock wheels back on this thing, which just were refinished with brand new tires on them. So we'll get those rolled out of the Tahoe in a second, and let's get these brakes bled first, and then we'll get those out of the car. Always the fun part. Bleeding the brakes alone. These little brake bleeder bottles are the best. Really helps when you're in a jam by yourself. You can start by pumping it until it draws out the fluid on its own, which it's kind of a pain in the ass. Just come down and pump it again. Just get some fluid flowing through the caliper. And since it's hooked to the bottle, it has a check valve in it so that it's not pulling in air as you do that. Now we've got a steady stream of fluid going down into our bottle. Tighten it up. You always want to make sure that this thing stays topped off, otherwise you're going to be in big trouble. You start pumping air into the whole system. All right, last time. Oof, that pedal got me harder than Sydney Sweeney. All right, just like that. Our brakes are bled, so nice hard pedal. Dispose of the excess, topped it off with some fresh .3, and it's time to get some wheels back on this girl. We resprayed these things this week, and they got done literally a day before the new tires showed up. Look at how mint these things are now, dude. We got some nice economy Chinese performance tires. These are the Forciums. I call them the foreskin Hexa R's, because that's what they are. So we'll see how they hook. Should do just fine for a 250 horsepower stock neon SRT-4 for now. I feel like looking at these things in the back of the Tahoe really didn't give them a proper introduction to how beautiful these really came out. They look so good, especially wrapped in nice, new, fresh rubber, because the other tires were so dry rotted from sitting for all that time. But man, these things are really gonna top this car off once it's back in fresh black. And this color code is actually the factory SRT silver that comes on the wheels. So they were stripped down, resealed, and then resprayed back to, I think it's PAW, I think is the code. I'll have to double check on that and let you guys know, but comes up in our paint system at the shop, where you type in, you know, the year, make, and model of the car, and it gives you off the VIN number the paint code to the vehicle, and then also the paint code for the wheels if they need refinishing. So this is probably the 5th set of these that I've done in the factory paint code. I did the Evo wheels, same thing. Evo wheels are in silver as well, factory silver. Nice new N-key decals sealed under the clear coat. But I'm getting really into the wheel refinishing thing because it's so satisfying when you see a set of these old set of wheels just come out mint again, especially when they're going back on something like this. Now, another little tidbit, you didn't think that we were gonna just redo these wheels all fresh and then come back and start putting these torn up old rusty lug nuts back on, right? So we got a box of freshies, boys. Let's see what we got in here. They taped the bottom too. Voila! Impact gun. Fuck out of here. Look at these. Fresh, dude. That's what I'm talking about. This thing's ready to look sick. Fresh. It's just me out here today. No Bruce. It's a Saturday. Usually we do stuff on Sunday, but Bruce is working today, and this was my only opportunity to get this thing done one shot, so we had to jump right into it. So if you're thinking about it right now and you got a monster in hand, knock a white one back for old Brucey boy. We're gonna try to get the headlights out of this thing. I sprayed down these bolts. You always want to just really finesse these things when you start taking them out, because they are known to snap. And it's not that it's a big deal, but it's like a bee sting. It's like a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? So this one's coming out. I soaked that one with PB already. Let's see if this one cracks loose. Nice. This one, no problem there. And now these sons of bitch, you have to get up into that bolt up there with PB and let it soak, because this is the culprit that usually breaks. So what I do is I clamp them after they've soaked for a little bit with vice grips and just kind of give it a wiggle. You want to break loose any of that rust that's in there that can cause this bolt to snap, because once it snaps, it's only threaded through the top right here, and the rest is a guide pin that goes down through the headlight. So as easy as it is just to drill it out and throw another bolt in there, you know, retap it, you're going to lose this guide, which kind of causes like a little bit of headlight sag. This just helps keep it straight. So if you can save this, do your absolute best to save it. Voila! Look at that, boys. Got it. We're good.
Hello, motherfucker.
Boys, can we just take a minute to appreciate this new brake and wheel and tire setup, dude? Look how clean this is on this car. It just looks so good, all fresh. All fresh. Bam, baby, bam. Look at that. Now, the center caps I left at the shop, so I'm gonna have to go and grab those Monday, so we can just pop those in after. No big deal. We're gonna get this thing out of the garage and get her ready to go onto a trailer. I'm trying to get one for today, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. If not, then probably gonna have to wait until tomorrow. That way we can get it down to the shop. But let's take it in little steps. First, let's get it out of the garage. Let's make sure it still runs. After all, it was 500 bucks. All right, we're gonna fire her up now. Get her out in the driveway. I bought some engine degreaser, so we're gonna soak it down and give the little engine bay a scrub. I'd rather do it now while the paint isn't too great, just in case there's any splatter and dirt. And then it'll be painted and it'll be nice. Oh, there she is. No lights on the dash, just besides the good old seatbelt. Man, these cars just feel so good. Something about an old Dodge Neon just feels right. Ooh, she's moving. She doesn't feel like she's dragging anymore either. And it still stops? Oh yeah. Like I said, it just feels right. Let's not hit the Chevelle. Oh yeah. Let's go cleaner. We got the good old O'Reilly's. Let's knock her off, boys. Now, there was people that were crying in the short reel on how you can't wash an engine like that. You're gonna blow it up. You're gonna break it. Clearly, people have never washed an engine before. This shit is totally fine. Now, you're supposed to let this shit sit, but we're going in detail Mike style. Ideally, I would like to just take off this intake manifold and this valve cover again and powder coat it or just spray it. I've sprayed a few of them. Galaxy Silver Metallic. Just makes it nice. It matches like the Mopar intakes, stuff like that. But just a little quick degreaser brush clean should get her back into pretty good shape without going too crazy with engine detailing until we start pulling stuff apart, if we pull stuff apart, to start painting and powder coating and all that. But this will do the trick. Oop, forgot, we got to change that upper motor mount. I have the other one sitting on the bench over there. Forgot all about it. See, your mind just gets away from you and you have a whole list of shit to do in one day. Well, I figured while it was sitting with the degreaser, we'll just bust out the old pressure washer. So, give her a nice little scrub after we brushed it a little bit. And it looks good. Couldn't film it because the thing was going haywire. Didn't want to stay running at first. It's been like 2 years since I used that thing, but it did its job. She's looking pretty clean. No more spider webs, and there was bees nests up here and all kinds of stuff. Transmission looks nice and clean now. Intercooler piping, no more grease on the throttle body. Intake manifold seen better days. But I think these are definitely going to get refinished soon. Got to pull them off. Got to find the time to do that. Got to get it painted first. Look at this. OG 03 pink injectors. Now I know what you guys are thinking. Probably saying, damn, Mike's sponsored by Ryobi. All right, boys. Well, she's nice and dry, running nice and clean. And that's gonna do it for this video. All of her suspension, brakes, tires, wheels, everything is all done. And she's running like a champ. So, I love that I bought external mics and I didn't even use them yet. A lot of people were saying that the microphone wasn't clear, so I got mics, one for me and one for Bruce, and I didn't even break them out today because I was that busy. So it was a pretty productive day. We got a lot done on this thing, and she's ready to load onto the trailer now. So just got to get the U-Haul, which they didn't have for this afternoon, so hopefully they have one tomorrow. And we'll get her down to the shop so we can start stripping it and getting it in primer and then paint. So that's gonna do it for today. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And the next update will be heading to the paint shop and getting sprayed. So Again, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you guys a couple weeks on the next one. Good day. Later.